Good morning, Tarkov. What's up, guys? Nolan here. We got our sixth day here of the pre-wipe events for patch 12.12, and guess what? It's supposed to be tomorrow. And guess what's not happening right now? It's no crazy economic event. We're gonna talk about that today. Let's get going. Alright, guys. Get that event up on the screen. Now, for those who have not heard, today's event is that there's a bunch of crazy scavs that found out how to get into labs, and they went and did that, and then they took a bunch of loot, and they shared it amongst all their buddies. So at least lore-wise, that's what's happening today. There are scavs all over labs and scavs all over Tarkov that have very good gear. Definitely with the guns, supposedly sometimes with slicks, sometimes with better armor, sometimes with better helmets, good attachments on their guns. Now, the only thing that is a bit weird about all this is also that the durability on said guns and said equipment sometimes is pretty shit, which you can tend to find on scavs in general. So I guess the durability of their items stayed the same, which makes a bit more sense in terms of like having to code stuff and having to mess with any kind of spreadsheet stuff. Maybe scavs on their own just have some kind of setup where when they spawn items, they have lower durability than usual, and then whenever they changed it, it doesn't matter what they spawn with, it just has that lower durability. That would make a little bit of sense. But in terms of what you're gonna find on them, just know that it's gonna have lower durability than like a normal space trooper gun if you'd seen a space trooper on your scav and whatnot. So maybe try to go sell those items to the traders and get a bunch of money for it. Now, does that mean the economy is broken? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is not the same as if everything was on sale right now and everything was also unlocked. It's just not the same. That could totally mean that the wipe can still happen tomorrow because they might see this as enough of an event, like enough. Maybe BSG got bored. Maybe BSG got bored of that economy event where everything was on sale and all the traders were unlocked. Generally speaking, that's a pretty good event for a lot of the community that hasn't been able to level up, or maybe they haven't been able to experience the end game stuff. Generally speaking, maybe they didn't care enough to do it this time. Maybe the wipe ends up happening tomorrow. There's a lot of fucking questions that are popping up, and I'm more confused than ever about why they're doing it this way, but could happen tomorrow. That's, honest to God, that is the best information that we have. It could still happen tomorrow. The only thing that will be able to really show us what's going on is in the next 24 hours if they end up doing one of those tweets and it just says, you know, servers are going down or whatever. There's very much a timer going on right now. This is a countdown over the next not necessarily 24, more like something like 16 to 18 hours. If we don't see a tweet about them taking down the servers this time tomorrow, it's not happening tomorrow. I'm surprised if it was going to happen tomorrow that they haven't even said anything yet now, actually. Even if they had decided not to do the economy event with everything on sale and all the traders unlocked, why haven't they said anything 24 hours before the server's going to go down? That's cutting it close, really. So, guys, I might not be ending. I might not need to wear that clown suit. I might not need to wear that clown suit, so we can get everyone's take on that, because that's just wow. I thought, you know, leading up until the last couple days here, I thought for sure I was gonna be wearing that clown suit, but no, this is a pretty big one. This is it's very odd, the things that they're doing if they are going to wipe tomorrow. Very odd. Couple things I did want to point out though is maybe they're just waiting. I feel like everything that I've said, the opposite has happened this patch, and it's kind of interesting. Now, call me crazy, call me whatever, clown, whatever you want, but it was interesting that Nikita would come out and say the stuff that he said on the Pesley podcast about how, like, I literally know everything. And if you guys haven't seen that clip, go check out that video. He says he subs to me and he says I literally know everything and everything is on my little notepad and stuff like that. And he was talking me up quite a bit on the Pesley podcast about knowing everything that's going to happen and how they can't be talking about stuff anymore. And then here comes this next wipe that I called months ago, and here I am saying that there's no way it's going to happen on the 12th, and then immediately the day after the events start. And then I said, we haven't seen any pictures of the Scar L. I wonder what's happening with that. And then literally within hours, we see pictures of the Scar L. I said that they might not even remove the flea market now because of the timing. They should have done that event 2 days ago if the data mine was 2 days ago for that event, and then they do the no flea market literally the day after. So now, in terms of what's happening, if that is going to be continuing, if that's going to be, you know, what's happening with this, maybe they're just waiting for me to see that there is no economy event today and then say, yep, no wipe tomorrow. That's going to be my thumbnail. That'll be my video, and say, yep, 100%, there's no way there's going to be a wipe tomorrow, and then they wipe tomorrow. If everything is going that way, I'm assuming that's what my gut's telling me. That's what I think is going to happen. So I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not going to do that. I'll say, hey, we'll see. Maybe they're switching. Just everything is turned upside down this time around. There is still a good possibility that they wipe tomorrow. They just don't do that event. Maybe they do the event like the last 6 hours. The last 6 hours. Maybe there's a new event they're going to pop up on the servers 6 hours before the servers go down, and they end up wiping tomorrow. That could happen. Everything is very different. There's a lot of different things that they're doing this time around. So we have to stay on our toes. All right. How's my audio, by the way? Am I too loud, guys? I noticed that on the... well, first when we did the Pesley podcast, I noticed that obviously I was very loud. And then when I was on the podcast the other day, I saw the VOD of it. Jesse posted the VOD of that yesterday. Which, by the way, if you guys want to see that, that's YouTube Pogcast. I'll get the link here in a second. If you guys want to check that out, that was a lot of fun. That was a very good podcast. So I'll get the link for that here in a second. I was also very loud. So hopefully my audio is good. I've been messing around with it a lot. Audio is good. Okay, cool. A little quiet. Yeah, if anything, I probably turned it down a bit too much because it was weird that I was that loud. To be honest, I don't like that. So hopefully I've fixed a bit of it. Where am I? Pog. All right, guys, get the questions going, and we'll get chatting about this today. At Nice Guy Space Tarkov. Is that it already, Jack? Is that it already, Jack? Thanks for being quick with that. If that is it, I'm gonna assume that is it. Hey, isn't the flea market being down not a huge economic event? Hey, isn't the flea market being down not a huge? It is, but it's not the excess. It's not a huge event in terms of access. The whole point of the huge economic events are like specifically before a wipe, they've always made all the traders unlocked and everything is on sale. That's an access thing. It's everybody has access. Everybody can do whatever they want, kind of a thing. And that's the complete opposite. It actually takes things down. It makes you have less access. So yeah. How it's to be the favorite streamer of our favorite streamer, I don't know what that is. I'm definitely not a streamer, and it's definitely not me. So thanks for the kind words, if that's what you meant with that. Do you think BSG is making things different just to counter people like you predicting the wipe accurately? Oh, that's what I mean, Tarish. Yeah. If there was ever going to be something like that happening so that they could have, like, they could kind of mess with the status quo and stuff, I'm the guy to do that too. I am the primary guy to do that too. So that's why I listed off the things that I listed off. So maybe they're just waiting for me to say no wipe tomorrow confirmed because we don't have this event, which is what I probably, if none of the other stuff had happened, if everything was going according to plan up until now and they had this event today, I would have said no wipe tomorrow. But now I'm not because of everything that's going on. So totally possible the wipe happens tomorrow. In normal circumstances, I would be making a video saying, nope, the wipe's definitely not tomorrow. But now with what's going on right now, I would say it's totally still a possibility. They could just completely drop it on us. Have you seen the new VoIP showcase on Twitter? Yes, we did. I did. Guys, real quick, if I'm assuming maybe a few of you guys are in chat right now, I get fucking blown up on Discord and Twitter. If BSG posts anything on any of their social media accounts, I have all of that. This is literally my job. I have all of that on notifications. I know. Thank you for the help, but I know. Please stop with the DMs. If they post anything on social media, I know. Thank you. Most of the time, I'll get DMs like an hour later, and I'm already making a video about it and stuff like that. Appreciate the help, but I'm good. All right, we're already getting a bunch of questions, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Sorry, guys, if I don't get to them. You know the drill. If you really want your question answered, you're going to have to pay a little bit of money, and then it'll pop up, and I'll definitely answer it, obviously. But I'm going to try to get to as many people as I possibly can. Do you think Nikita is here spying on you? He could be. He's a sub. He could be. Thanks, Nikita, by the way, and hope you're doing well if you are. He said in a live stream, thanks for this wisdom. I'm not a streamer. I mean, I'm live right now, but I don't consider myself a streamer. Game looked so smooth and pretty on the trailer. Is it because of post effects, or do they actually improve graphics and performance in upcoming patch? Of course, every patch they'll be touching on optimization for sure. We'll see what happens on the day of with server infrastructure and stuff, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of people playing on wipe day this wipe because of just the new content in general. There's tons of people commenting on every single one of my videos for months now, saying that they're just waiting for the next patch. They need new content and stuff like that. So this is going to be a huge boost to players once this actually drops. Why do you treat us like that? If you are right, if you will be 100% sure that wipe... I'm never 100% sure about anything, especially with BSG, especially nowadays. They're throwing us for a loop with everything. I can't be 100% sure about anything. You know why scopes destroy my FPS? Is it a Unity thing? Honestly, man, I don't know. You're going to want to jump on the forums or maybe on Reddit or something like that and see if you have a fix. Or see if somebody has a fix for that. I'm starting to think the wipe is on Thursday. Nikita said we already know when the wipe is, and that's a long-time tradition. That's why, that's one of the reasons why this whole clown suit thing is a thing. That's one of the reasons why, because they don't do it on Sundays. I know that in the past, or I didn't know at the time, but now I do. Or at least I remembered. Nikita has said that he wouldn't mind wiping on a Sunday before, and yeah, it could literally mean anything. It could have meant soon TM. It could have meant soon TM. Soon TM is much bigger than the Thursday meme. So yeah. What's happening with DLSS? The thing with DLSS is they're waiting on something from NVIDIA. It might pop up in 12.12. It might not. We don't know. They're just waiting on something from NVIDIA. I guess NVIDIA wants to do like a release or something with it. That's the last that we heard about it. Are you excited to see Nikita with your clown set? My clown set? Are you excited to see Nikita with your clown set? Listen, man, you have that all jumbled up. I'm supposed to be the clown, so I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what you mean by that. Again, guys, if you're asking questions, try and do at Nice Guy Tarkov. Realize there is an O in there. I'm seeing Nice Guys with just no O, so it is Noice Tarkov, or Noicegui, and then Tarkov. What does Soon TM mean? Soon TM is like the biggest meme about like when stuff is going to happen, because whenever anyone asks when is this feature going to come, when is this happening, as long as it's not considered planned, or if it's something that is work in progress but they don't necessarily know when they're going to be finished with it, they hit it with a Soon TM. So soon trademark. So that's just they keep saying soon, 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 and then they said it so many times they wanted to trademark the word soon, so they said soon TM. That's the meme that goes along with that. I could have swore I heard Presley, I think, say something about DLSS coming to 12.12. Maybe he caught something that I didn't. Last that I heard, it was they're waiting on something with NVIDIA. But yeah, thanks for your content. Thanks for the kind words, Royal. Your streamer item is going to be a clown mask now. Is it though? Is it? We'll see if I get one. When will the non-resetting servers be implemented? That's at launch, man. You got a while for that. That's going to be around launch. Couple years at least. Nikita said you were going to get your own in-game. Nikita said? When did he say that? He never said that. It would be awesome to be a red clown nose or an armor vest with a clown on it. Actually, that'd be kind of badass if it was a clown vest. I wouldn't mind that at all. Honestly, it'd freak me the fuck out if they end up putting an in-game item. And if he did say that, I would really like a clip of that. I feel like I would have heard that. I don't think he said that. I think maybe he said Axel was getting one, but if that's what you're talking about, but he never said I was getting one. I don't know why they don't wipe on Friday or Saturday, so the people who... so that's the thing with the Thursday. That's the thing with the Thursday. They get all the kinks out, and then people can play Friday afternoon, and then into Saturday, into Sunday, that kind of stuff. But then also when it comes to development, if you drop on a Thursday, you'll have that day to work on the release, and then the team can be there for the Friday to work on. But now they're also working weekends, so there's a bunch of stuff going on with that. Do you think there will be any hidden features that they didn't talk about yet? Yes, especially after that trailer where we saw the new guns and grenades and stuff that we didn't know that were actually going to be in this patch. Yes, 100%. Do Do you think they'll ever add offline with friends? Yeah, that's planned. That's a big, actually a big feature that they talk about a lot. But the thing with that is there's security problems with that when it comes to manipulating the game files and stuff and cheaters. So they're taking that very seriously and making sure that they get the proper server infrastructure for that offline with friends. When do you think the announcement will be if it's patch day tomorrow? Honestly, I think it would have been already. I mean, if they're really gonna push it, if they're really gonna push it, then we'll get an announcement tomorrow morning saying the servers are going down. They'll say in the soonest time, in the usual broken English that they tweet in, or something like that. In the nearest time, in the soonest time, or whatever. We're gonna take the servers down and upload patch 12.12 and yada yada stuff like that. If they're really gonna wait and just say nothing, and we're gonna get nothing, then in 16 hours or whatever, about 4 a.m. maybe even 2 a.m. Eastern U.S. time tomorrow, we'll see a tweet like that. We'll see a forum post like that. If they're really gonna just drop it on us, then that's what's gonna happen. I would like to see your streamer item be your emoji as a plushie or mask. Again, if they do it, they do it. It's cool. It's fine. You excited for VoIP? I'm ecstatic for VoIP. It's gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna change the game a lot in terms of being able to work with people, and then even mess with people in terms of hey, are we gonna be friends? Are we gonna be friends? No, we're not. I need that tank battery, sir. Thank you. Yoink. Stuff like that. And then also when PMC Karma comes in, it'll be huge too. I've watched old video about skins. Do you think we will ever get more weapon customization? Of course. Anything around weapon customization, BSG is gonna do it. BSG 100% is gonna do it. They love working with their guns, and they're just big gun guys in general. So there's going to be a lot that's coming with that. DM you a mock-up of the lighthouse map? Yes. If you're one of the people that did that, I had maybe 6 or 7 people do that. I'm thinking very similarly to all of you guys, because there were a lot of shots at each of the key points or key areas, points of interest on that map, that you could see that big suspension bridge that got knocked down. So that makes it very easy to have a map, like a mock-up of where everything is. So appreciate all the help with that, guys. And then any of you guys that sent me those maps as of now, I'll give you guys a bit of a shout out, because you did some of the legwork that I was going to do to get that 5-minute map guide done. So thank you guys for that. When do you think the announcement will be if the patch day is tomorrow? Like I was just saying, if the patch was going to happen tomorrow, I feel like they would have said something. They should have said something by now. And if they're really going to push it, if they're really going to wait until the last second, then they'll drop it on us on the last second. And then 2 or 4 a.m. Eastern U.S. time tomorrow, we'll see a tweet saying that, hey, we're just going to upload the patch. That could totally happen. So we're on a countdown now. We'll see what happens. Do you think Inertia will get rid of bunny hopping? Again, that's been a big discussion. I'm not a movement guy, quote unquote movement guy with Bekizi and all those guys. I don't know how bunny hopping is actually used in game. I know it's something with the second jump and stuff like that. I never really did that. I never really looked to do that. And personally, when I was moving around the map, I never really did that. So I don't actually know, mechanically speaking, if that's something that will get removed with something like Inertia. Apparently, someone went by Ghost Freak's chat yesterday when I told them that Ghost Freak would be a guy to ask about stuff like that, and they said that potentially no. So potentially no. That's if Ghost is live right now, go check out Ghost and ask him, have him talk about that. I'm sure he talks about it a lot though. What time do they usually wipe? That's 2 or 4 a.m. About 2 or 4 a.m. they take the servers down, they upload the patch, and then depending on how long the patch upload takes is when it's going to start. When do you think wipe will be? Again, man, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know at this point. It's weird. It's weird to believe that it would happen tomorrow. If everything that has happened over the past week didn't happen, if this was business as usual, and this was the event that we got today, I would be making a video right now that would say no wipe tomorrow. But I'm not going to do that because I feel like there's some weird stuff going on. So I'm not going to say that. Could still totally happen tomorrow. But like I said, if everything was business as usual up until now, and this is the event that we got today, I would say no wipe tomorrow. I would say it's not happening tomorrow. Watch your old video about skins. Do you think we will ever get? Yeah, I already answered that. Do you know if there's going to be a discount here in South America? It's quarter a salary. I think you mean quarter a salary. There is going to be a sale towards New Year's. There's going to be a New Year's sale, and also an event from the BSG offices and stuff. So Matthias, I I'd wait for New Year's. So, you know, three-ish more weeks here, and you should see a sale pop up. Do you think the impact grenades will be expensive or rare? Probably, because they're impact grenades. I imagine they're going to be really OP. They might not be really OP. We don't actually know how much damage they're going to do. They might not do that much damage. We'll see. So what will inertia even do then? It's your movement. It's every action has an opposite reaction and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist, but it's inertia, man. It's inertia. You're gonna have less AD spam. I think that was their priority. They wanted less of that AD, or even to be able to remove that AD spam. I think that was the prime thing they wanted to get rid of there, and I think they did that with this. At least from what we saw in the trailer, there was a lot of really slow movement when you wanted to change direction. I think that's what the main goal there was. Maybe it stopped bunny hopping, maybe it didn't. We'll see. In the trailer, did you see the guy that looked like face paint? Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Personally, I mean, it does look like face paint, but I know that with the lighting there and with possibly blood on his face and stuff like that, there's potentially your face could end up looking like that. So I'm not going to go and say that that's definitely face paint, because it could be happening. You better get your clown. Dude, the clown makeup was ready a week ago. The clown makeup was ready. I'm good with the clown. I'm good with the clown makeup. It just it might not happen, guys. It might not happen tomorrow. I think they need to incorporate endurance and strength leveling to be together. Even if you are encumbered, dropping your bag just to increase endurance is kind of the time-consuming thing. Interesting topic that I wasn't necessarily prepared to talk about today. After the weight changes that they did several patches ago, I think we'll see something new, possibly with inertia, because your weight was supposed to affect inertia in some way, shape, or form. So maybe we'll see some tuning come along with the weight and, you know, how to level your strength and endurance with inertia. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. We need to wait more. 5 hours. Yeah, we'll see what happens in 5 hours. We'll see what happens all the way up until the morning tomorrow. I think they will show off inertia like VoIP on Tarkov on TikTok. Maybe. Love you. Thank you for the work you do, man. Appreciate the Torky. What's up, man? Thanks for the kind words. What map do you think will get the next expansion? Well, technically Lighthouse, because we're not getting everything with Lighthouse. So we're going to get Lighthouse Part 1 in 12.12, and then there's going to be a second iteration that's going to include that island. It actually blew my mind. I'm not going to call anybody out, but it blew my mind at a couple of reactions that I saw, and people had no idea that Lighthouse was, like, even had a trader, let alone that the trader, or if they did know that the trader was coming, they didn't know that it was going to be that island, or that there was going to be a second iteration and stuff like that. It's nuts, guys. So I'm really trying to get the information out there as best as I can to keep you guys informed, because it's kind of nuts about some people that just have no idea what's going on with the development. The island is going to be where the four bosses and where the trader is going to be, and that's also the second iteration of the map. It's going to come out in a few months. So we are not getting the trader. We're not getting the bosses, and they're going to be on that island, and that I'm assuming that bridge is going to be unlocked somehow, or we're going to get access to that in a couple months. So technically, Lighthouse is going to be the first map that gets an expansion. Ixon, thanks for the cash there. I don't know what that currency is. Sorry, but thanks for the cash there, and for the I'm assuming kind words, because that emoji is calling me a boss or saying boss, so appreciate it. So yeah, interchange, or not interchange, Lighthouse, and then I would say I don't think we're gonna get anything until we get that potential Streets release next summer at some point. What did you have for breakfast? I didn't eat breakfast. I just had some coffee. Do you think the impact grenades are going to be a bad idea? Nope, they wanted it in the game. We'll see if they end up tuning them a bit, but not necessarily a bad idea. Especially if you think that's going to be a bad idea, wait until we get the grenade launchers and, you know, the RPGs and the mines and other stuff and more of the heavy weapons and stuff. Just wait for that. Oh, also 30mm cannons on BTRs and BMPs and stuff. Do you think they're still planning to expand the medical system? I'm not so sure anymore. In terms of more advanced medical, there might be some defibrillation and some kind of like epinephrine or maybe more use for adrenaline and stuff like that when it comes to getting people up with the unconscious state. But I don't know if we're going to see anything more extensive than that. We'll have to wait and see. What is 80-80 spam? Have you ever played Tarkov ever? It's the when you peek a corner, you hit D, and then you go around the corner, and then you can quickly come back. You change direction on a dime. You quickly come back around the corner when you hit A. It's a very speedy and very unrealistic change of direction, basically, and they didn't want it in Tarkov, so they put an air train in. What new weapons gear are you anticipating most for the upcoming patches? Scar. Scar is going to be nutty. Can't wait to run the Scar. That's definitely going to be a big one for me, for sure. Something just happened, and I am way up ahead, but there are definitely some questions that I wanted to get to here. I'm super behind on questions, so I'm going to grab 3 here, and then I'm going to skip ahead. If I haven't answered your question yet, go ahead and ask again. There's a shit ton of questions here. I'm just not going to be able to get to everybody. I'm sorry. I will say, though, if you put some money into it and you ask your question, there's text-to-speech, I will get to that question, because that's just, obviously, I'll do that. Don't you think BSG should have made it clear for players on what's going to be inertia and what players should expect instead of releasing it without explaining the goal? Some people do that, some people don't. I don't think that's a should statement. Maybe they just want people to understand, to learn it on their own and stuff like that. It's weird. You know, would I have preferred they give us some explanation? Sure, but they're just not. So it's up to them if they want to do that or not. Let's say there is no wipe tomorrow. You don't do a face reveal. If not tomorrow, when do a face reveal? I don't want to do a face reveal, so we'll see. Do you see the VoIP TikTok? Yes, I did. I saw. Thank you. Thanks for all the updates and content. Keep it 100% real. Penguin, thank you very much for the kind words. Appreciate you. All right, I do have to skip ahead here, guys. Sorry, I'm seeing a lot of orange that I'm skipping over. I'm sorry. There's just too many questions. I want to stay up to date, so we're not getting just random repeats just because I'm so behind. Scavs are insanely right now. Just got a thermal and a Mark 18 off 1. Yeah, they're absolutely insane. Just pay attention to the durability, because it might make it a hell of a lot less accurate in terms of the durability loss on those, because those are still scav weapons. What's the new event? It's up on screen right now. Today's event is crazy scav loot. You'll see crazy, like that guy just said, Mark 18s. You'll see space troopers. You'll see thermals. You'll see crazy armor. Generally speaking, they have normal ammo in those guns and stuff like that. But and they do have the scav durability, so lower durability on those items. But generally speaking, scavs have some crazy gear right now, and they're in labs. And then also, yeah, that's actually it. They're in labs. So what? No wipe tomorrow? I'll say this again in terms of whether or not there will be a wipe tomorrow. If everything was according to plan leading up until today, I would be making a video right now that says that there is not going to be a wipe tomorrow, because this event doesn't make sense in terms of a lead up to a wipe, to have a wipe be tomorrow. But it feels like everything I was confident about has been the opposite this time around. I even made a little list here. I said there's no way it's on the 12th, and then the events start to make it seem like it's going to be on the 12th. The day after, I said we haven't seen the Scar L yet, and then we see the Scar L picks pretty much like the day after, if not a few hours after I said that. And then I said they might not even remove the flea market because of the timing of it, since that happened on one day, and then 2 days later they ended up doing the remove the flea market thing. So that was a flop. And then again today, I'm feeling like there's not going to be a wipe tomorrow. So for all I know, I'll make a video saying there's no wipe tomorrow, and then no wipe tomorrow. It's just weird. It's just weird what's going on. So I'm not going to do that. It's totally still possible that it wipes tomorrow. It's just really weird the way that they're leading up to it. Just curious why a lot of people are now saying that there might not be a wipe tomorrow. What I just explained. Exactly what I just explained. Wow, you guys are moving very quickly. I'm actually now, even just then, after answering one question, behind again. Shit. The 1.0 is going to be released when we have all the maps, isn't it? And another question is the in-raid trader coming in another update. Yeah, no in-raid trader with this update. In-raid trader is coming sometime in the next couple months. Same thing with the bosses. Same thing with the bosses. Then 1.0, we don't have a specific date with that, but obviously when all the maps are done, that would be a release candidate. Obviously when all the features are done, that would be your release candidate. What's the new event? It's right on screen right there. I mean, it has to be on screen, right? Can you guys see that? There's crazy scav loot, and they're on labs. Wasn't UBG underbarrel grenade launcher supposed to be coming with 12.12? Yes, up until they realized they weren't going to get the in-raid trader and the bosses in with this patch, and then they stopped talking about it. So that thing, I think that's pretty solid, you know, at least confirmation, you know, not at least confirmation. a pretty solid idea that that boss is going to be our access to those underbarrel grenade launchers, because that was the plan. So we'll see what happens when they do add that boss we'll see what happens when they do add that in-raid trader in the bosses. What's the new event? It's literally on screen. I've answered it like 4 times in the last 5 minutes. The number next to the VoIP icon on TikTok was a proximity thing, right? People said it was a timer, but it wasn't just counting down. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't know. How are there scavs on labs? Because that's today's event. What's your opinion on Ballast State adding a gym for more casual players to keep up with strength and endurance? That's the plan. They're actually going to do that. Would you look forward to CMMG 5x7 29 or 28 upper for the AR? I know that that's a thing. Be interesting for sure. We'll see if they end up doing that. They don't usually do variants like that. You wouldn't see just an upper. They actually said a while back that they're not going to do anything like that. They would just make it a separate whole system, lower and upper. So you would see 2 CMMGs in the game, and then there would be one that's the 5x7 or 5.7, and then there's one that's the 7.62. Why no timer for wipe? Because there is no way to know if it's going to be tomorrow or not. In fact, like I was saying, if everything was normal this week, everything leading up to this was normal, I'd be making a video right now that says there's not going to be a wipe tomorrow. So we'll see. Will inertia affect scavs? They should. Although would love to see you in the clown suit, but I think it's kind of weird to drop the patch on a Sunday since the game never works on the day the one patch. It does work on there's just a lot of people trying to play. The servers are rough when there's a lot of people trying to play. But Sunday does make sense. Pretty much immediately after I made that tweet the other day, I regretted it. It's just like, it's totally possible on Sunday. The main reasoning for me wanting to do this whole clown suit thing and say what I said on Twitter was because they did that thing on Instagram saying that you already know when 12/12 is, and then everyone immediately said 12/12. Oh, it's gonna happen on the 12th. I'm just like, there's no fucking way that that's actually real. There's no way they would say that and then have it be that, or that they would even be able to do it. Like, why wouldn't they just come out and say it? Why wouldn't they just say that that's the date and that's gonna happen and shit like that? Why? So that's what made me do that. So when they add armor and tactical rig customization streets and some like more movement mechanics, you think game will go for release? And what about open world? That's not, no, you've got it all mixed up there. No, that doesn't mean the full release. That means they know when they can say the full release might be. That's when they know they can get a confident, release window, because that's their most difficult map. It's their most difficult feature. And when it comes to the lore, it's something they need in the game. So if they do their most difficult, tasks, which the most difficult map and the most difficult feature, then they can give a better approximation of how long the other maps and the other features will take to finish. So that's why they would add it together and say, based off of this, they can say that, we'll release in 2 years or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. You think there won't be any more G instant nade throw? It's possible. The thing that people kept bringing up with that is that, that when you keep seeing them in the hand, and that they love to do that. They've been doing that with the cinematics for years. So they just think it looks cooler to have which it kind of does, to see the grenade in your hand before you throw it and stuff. So maybe they ended up doing that, maybe not. We'll see. I need a sip of coffee here. I'm gonna lose my voice. GL40 on Scar on 12.12, you think? I don't think so. I think that's gonna become with the trader, but it could happen. I think they would have put that in the trailer, or at least they would have teased it in the trailer if that happened. Why no wipe tomorrow? Fuck, guys. All right. A lot of this is repeats. I should just put something up on the screen. So this event doesn't necessarily make sense to be the event before the wipe. The event that's happening today is not something that they will have done before a wipe. Usually they would do more of an accessible event, giving people more access to things to be able to go crazy and do whatever they want in game. This is not that. Sure, scavs are easy kills and they have some very interesting weapons that you can go sell. Oh wait, you can't sell it on the flea market because the flea market's locked off, but you can sell to traders to get some more money. But then again, the flea market isn't open, so you can't really get the best stuff. It's just going to be whatever you have in your stash and whatever the traders have. So that's not an access. That's not really... It's a very weird event that they would have literally the day before a wipe. So, like I said, like I've been saying, if everything led up normally, and if I hadn't been, you know, completely opposites wrong on a few of the things that's happened over the past week, actually, some of it would actually end up being overturned, and there would only be one thing that I was wrong about, which is the flea market thing. If this ends up being true tomorrow, I would be making a video right now saying there would not be a wipe tomorrow based solely on this event. And why is this less than 24 hours before the wipe's going to happen? And they have said nothing. There's no news. There's no nothing. There's nothing that they're saying. They didn't tweet anything about it. Nothing. So very possible that it does not wipe tomorrow. Very, very possible. More than ever. Very possible. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to skip ahead because I'm really behind. I think they're testing the pre-wipe events maybe in a different way than before. Yeah, these are some new events that they're doing for sure. It's just that this is a very weird one to do literally the day before a wipe, if this was going to be the day before a wipe. Has BSG ever mentioned painting your gun kind of like you could in the old days? Yeah, there's going to be sprays. There's going to be you'll be able to loot spray paint cans, and you'll be able to spray your gun. But BSG is famous for surprise updates. BSG is famous for surprise updates when the surprise happens 2 days before the event. This would be the most up-to-the-wire surprise they have ever had, which is why I'm not completely confident. They've been doing weird stuff this time around. Honestly, if I had like a part-time job or if I had a day job, I'd be fucking pissed right now. I was just like, why do I want to play this game? I want to be here on wipe, and there's just no information. We have absolutely no idea what's going on. Imagine all the people that ended up taking days off if they work on a Sunday tomorrow, and then if it doesn't happen, and it's totally possible. In fact, it was probably leading up until right now more likely that it would happen tomorrow, and then it ends up not happening. Especially with all the trolls that they did with the 12-12, if that doesn't end up happening tomorrow. I still have to say, like, there's still a strong possibility it happens tomorrow. It's just real fucking weird what they're doing. It's really weird, and that's all I'll say. For what kind of wipe interaction are you looking for the most? Just being able to work with people and interact with people in raid. I think it's going to be an interesting dynamic in general in a game like this. Do you see the red hot glowing suppressor in the trailer? I did. I didn't mention it in my trailer breakdown, but I did end up seeing it afterwards. So that's cool. We'll see if that suppressor ends up actually popping or something like that. They did the same thing they did not do the same thing last wipe. They did not. It is not the same as last wipe. Having scavs chock full of meta guns and gear isn't ease of access. No, because they're super low durability, and also you're just going to be able to trade them to traders and then sell them to traders and then get money to only buy from the traders. It's not like all the gear that you can get from the flea market, because nobody can post the flea market, and then also if you don't have the traders leveled up, you can't get the better gear from their higher levels. So no, I don't consider that access. I think I just consider it a interesting event. Scavs chock full of meta gear. Already literally just answered that same question. They don't want people flooding their servers, releasing before a work week is a smart move. Actually, remember last Christmas? Sure, let's see if they do it. But having scav, okay, I already answered that. Did you see the red hot? I did see the suppressor. Yes, I did. We'll see if that suppressor ends up popping. Wouldn't it make sense to wipe just before Christmas holiday? Whether or not it makes sense, I can make plenty of arguments for it making sense tomorrow too. They want to do a New Year event where they do a live stream from the BSG offices, and then also in side by side with a Twitch drops event. So if they want to do Twitch drops, then they need to be very careful what they do with those Twitch drops and the items that they are giving people after such a new economy. So if they want there to be a big Twitch drop event where there's like good stuff that you can get from it, they would want it as far away from the actual reset of the economy as possible. So if they end up wiping tomorrow, that's a solid 3 weeks before they would end up doing, potentially up to 3 weeks before they would end up doing that drops event. And that really wouldn't be that big of a deal to possibly see some guns or some good attachments or some good armor pieces very lightly tossed into some of those drops. Very much doubt even 3 weeks out that we get any cases or anything like that. But it makes it for a higher loot potential for those drops, which would make those drops more meaningful for the more meaningful for the actual like event and views and stuff like that and publicity. Lots of people will stay late tonight for the patch. They'll be upset if it's not tonight. 100%. I'd be one of those people for sure. I would be one of those people. Clickbait, wipe is tomorrow. Sure, but that's not true. So I don't know what you mean by that, Flame. It doesn't. It's not that it couldn't happen. It's just that we don't know if it's gonna happen tomorrow or not. Is slow mode on YouTube for chat? I don't know. Maybe for you. I don't know. Also, makes sense for vacation. Doing it 2 weeks before Christmas allows them to give more vacation to staff logically. Actually, no, Strange, because they are. I forget that. I'm gonna fuck it up, so I'm not gonna say it. They do Christmas differently and they do New Year's differently. They actually celebrate it in January, so they're actually a couple weeks behind us. So that doesn't affect them. Did you see the China Lake grenade launcher? It might have just been shorter with the double barrel, but looks like a China Lake. I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely didn't see a China Lake in there. Why do you think that today's event... Oh, God. A lot of repeat questions. How should we handle this, guys? Obviously, anybody that's been here since the beginning, I apologize because you might be going about as insane as I am, but I'm literally answering the same questions over and over again every other 30 seconds here, a minute. Can we get some copy pasta, maybe? Can we figure out a copy pasta? Although we only got another 15 minutes. Maybe I'll just live with it for the next 15 minutes that this is going to be what today is. All right, I'm not answering this again for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to have people start to rewind from this for the next 15 minutes. I'll have people rewind every 5 minutes. The reason why there's actually a very high potential that the wipe doesn't happen tomorrow is why haven't they confirmed it? We're less than 24 hours from that. Why haven't they said anything? Also, why is this event like this? It's not like an access event. It's not like the traders are unlocked. It's not like everything's on sale that they've always done before. Not always, sorry. That they've done for many of the most recent wipes. Many of them. Up and like literally the event before a wipe. They've always done like all scavs are also raiders or all scavs are killer. Something more significant than scavs have really bad durability but insane guns and stuff. There's tons of arguments to be had. I'm not saying it's not going to happen tomorrow for sure, but it just, if everything was on par to what they usually do on wipes leading up until today, I would be making a video right now saying that there is definitely not going to be a wipe tomorrow. But they're doing things differently. There's a lot of weird things happening this time around, so I'm not going to do that. But does that, hopefully that clicks? Does that make sense to you guys? Like, and I'll say it again. If this was a normal lead up to a normal wipe and we had this event today, I would be making a video right now saying there's no way there's a wipe tomorrow. But right now, I'm not confident enough to do that because of the events that's happening. That's why it might not happen tomorrow. So, and the biggest thing is, why haven't they said anything? That is the biggest thing, is why haven't they said anything? If wipe's not tomorrow, do you know why Nikita wrote 12-12? Because he's a troll. If it does end up happening tomorrow, then it makes sense. But they've been doing stuff like that for weeks. That's where all this started. They did that Instagram post with 12-12. So that is why people are saying 12-12, and it's just super confusing. It's really weird, and it's really, really, really difficult to keep up with this stuff. It really is. So doing the best I can. All I'm saying is there literally is nothing to say one or the other, whether or not it's going to happen tomorrow. And if it doesn't happen tomorrow, when the hell is it going to happen? Is it going to happen Thursday? Is it going to happen the 23rd? Because the watch and the other people, that there's other stuff that adds the 23 and stuff. It can drive you completely insane. So what I will say for the next 5 minutes here until someone asks it again, if you are somebody that you have things that you have to do tomorrow, go and do them. Just go and do them. The wipe will be there Monday if it ends up happening tomorrow. Don't go letting people down. Don't go canceling plans with family if you have it. Personal preference there if you want to take a day off work just in case, stuff like that. It's a very, very real chance that it doesn't happen tomorrow. So if you can live with missing the first day, if it does end up happening, I would say live with missing the first day if it does end up happening, because there really is a great chance that it doesn't happen tomorrow. It's nuts. It really is nuts what they're doing this time. And that's from somebody that has had a full-time job with stuff like this happening before. And I've had times where I've actually had a couple times where they said, no, this wipe is happening and I've taken days off because I want to play the game on a day off. I want to be there for the wipe, and then it doesn't end up happening, and it's stupid. It's really bad. So yeah, that's my take on it. What do you think What do you think the G28 will be? I think it'll be like a really. I think it'll be like if you. Actually, you know what? RSAS is pretty. I think it's gonna be pretty close to the RSAS. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be pretty close to the RSAS. So we'll see. It'll happen on Thursday at 12:12. Maybe. Thoughts on the potential impact grenade? Excuse me, guys. Thoughts on the potential impact grenade. Potential? Do you mean on the potential of the impact grenade? Because there's no potential that it is an impact grenade. That's confirmed. That is absolutely an impact grenade. We saw it blow up on impact, and also the exact grenade can be found on like Wikipedia. Like that is a RGO or something like that. I think there's also 2 types of that grenade that's coming. Depends on how much damage it does and how expensive and how accessible they are. We'll see what ends up happening with those. Are the mounted guns on the trade? Are the mounted guns on the trade planned for this iteration of Lighthouse release, or will it be when it comes open world? Mounted guns on the trader? You mean like the bosses covering the trader? In which case, no, the bosses aren't coming. If you mean the mounted guns on the train, I don't actually know because the train is there. We'll see if they actually are armed. When I talked to Nikita on Pesley's podcast a while back, he said that it's not going to be armed and there's going to be some kind of event associated with that. He said it's not going to be coming with this iteration, but we'll see. Because the train is definitely there. I think it'll just work like it does on Reserve right now. Is there any news on Black Division? No, and there will never be. They're gonna do a much better job of keeping that secret if that is going to be a thing in game because they wanted to keep the cultist secret, and I and a lot of other people were able to figure out quite a lot about them. So. I and a lot of other people were able to find out a lot about them. So they're gonna keep these the Black Division very, very secret. Blah. Have you ripped out some hair from this yet? Actually, I did shave a lot of my hair yesterday to make sure that the clown wig would fit better and I wouldn't look like a complete idiot with it because I would have hair hanging out the back. So technically, yes. Turn that down a little bit. Have you shown your face before? Yeah, but not with an audience like this. I think the last time I showed my face was many years ago. So yeah, it was different times. Did you see the album cover for Nikita's new song, Eclipse? Might be the new Trader. That's a good point, actually. There was a face on there, but I didn't really look at it too closely. That is an amazing point. I will go do that after this stream. Even if it does low damage, the chance for instant head eyes is dangerous. It is. It's also a grenade, and grenades are dangerous. There's also things like mines. Mines are dangerous, and underbarrel grenade launchers, which are also dangerous. And RPGs, which are dangerous, and AT4s, and BTRs with 30mm cannons. So that's stuff that's coming to the game. We're going to have to figure out a way to adapt to it and hopefully the balance correctly for the game, for the type of game that it is. Map to map on streets or before? I believe the first iteration of map to map is supposed to be coming with streets, and that's going to be from streets to labs and then also factory to labs or vice versa, or both, one of those. So let's see. Heavy smoker. I'm absolutely not a heavy smoker, but I've been talking almost nonstop for the last week straight. So yeah, that can happen. I've done podcasts and long videos and live streams and stuff like that where I've literally, if you guys catch the VODs, this is a normal day. I know I'm getting a lot of the repeat questions given what's happening today, but I just talk straight through all of these. I think it would make more sense for the wipe not to be tomorrow, since lore-wise the Russian government is that's the stuff that I've been saying, and that's the stuff that people have been calling me insane for. But don't fully trust it just yet, because things have been very different this time around. What do you think is holding up streets? What I know is holding up streets is the engineering side of it. There's some extra tools that they wanted to do in terms of how AI are going to act on that map and how loot is going to work on that map, because there's just going to be so much fucking loot, and just generally speaking, there's going to be more players on it. So they have to make sure that it runs as well as possible, as well as just have the environment there, the environment art. So I think the reason why they took so many environment artists off of it and then to go to Lighthouse is I think it's more of like an engineering thing, and then the loot placement and making sure that's working properly and things loading properly and stuff like that. So just generally speaking, it's going to be an insanely ambitious map, even for the first iteration of it. And I think that takes a lot of time and a lot of proper coding and legwork to do that stuff correctly. So I think that's what's holding it up. Close enough? I don't know what you mean by close enough, so we'll see. Hopefully it actually is. China Lake is at 34. Okay, what the fuck are you guys talking about, China Lake? You got me with this. Let's go see what you mean by China Lake, because that's actually not the first time I've heard that today. So let's go to the trailer. What are you saying? 34? You mean the guy up the front? You mean this guy? Hold on. No fucking way you can call that's you calling that a China Lake? What? Hold on. Here, give me a sec. I'll pull this up. There's only so much I can zoom in here before it's just a mumbled pile of pixels. Alright, guys. Apparently, that's a China Lake. Dude, like, what are you talking about? How would you know that's a China Lake or not? Honestly, now that I'm zooming into it, I'm pretty sure it's an M700. I think the M700 has a little bit of a grip like that. EFT, Wiki, M700. I think that's just a stock M700, because we saw a couple of those. Dude, that's an M700. 100%. That's an M700. 100%. Oh, what did I do here? Oops. You can see the little kind of nub there for the grip. No way that's a China Lake. I believe they're wanting to add the China Lake, but that's nutty to call that like, oh, that's definitely a China Lake. No, that's nutty, man. If that's what you're talking about. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, because that's the only thing with like a thing on that guy's back. Yeah, there's really no way there. I like your ambition, but there's no way. All right. What we got here? Did you see the wristwatch was working in the trailer? I did not. I did not see that either. And if your eyes are as good as the China Lake guy, I doubt it, but we'll see. We will see. So something that I did realize is realize is the incorrect word. Something that I did notice is someone pointed out that USEC likes to wear their watches on top of their wrist, while bears like to wear their watches under their wrist so that they can see them when they're holding their weapon. And the puffy jacket did have a watch on the top of the wrist, so that could lead us to thinking that the new puffy jacket, is a USEC piece of clothing. And then also something that I completely missed is that there is a tiger stripe. There is a tiger stripe jacket, which is fucking badass. And also the wristwatch on that is also up. So USEC could be getting both the puffy jacket and a tiger stripe drippy jacket this patch. So maybe they thought too many people were going to go bear with VoIP, so they wanted to give them some badass jackets so people would still go USEC. Honestly, I really like the MDR as a beginner gun, so personally I might still go USEC, but we'll see. What do you do for a living, or is this stuff full-time job? Right now, this is pretty much mostly what I do. That's all I'll say. The second hand was ticking. Check it out. I'll go check it out for sure. All right, guys, last few minutes here, so we'll get the last few questions here tomorrow. We'll get the last few questions here, and otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If it is a wipe or not, I will be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. doing the same shit that I've been doing all week. Did you see the double barrel had 1 or 2 triggers? I did not. Actually, there should be some close-ups of that. I think there's only 1. I think. We'll see. If wipe is not tomorrow, what events do you think we'll get for the rest of the week? If wipe is not tomorrow, we'll see some kind of combination of what's been going on. There will be bosses doing weird things. There will be an actual shortage of items. There's tons of other stuff they could do that could lead up until the wipe, but that's a good point. Are they going to start resetting everything? Because they haven't been. There's still bosses spawning places that they shouldn't be. They're still on interchange. The flea market was yesterday, and they're still open. Labs is still free right now. There's a lot of overlap, so they could do really anything. We'll have to wait and see. So how do you feel knowing you won't have to dress as a clown? I don't know that I won't have to dress as a clown. It's totally possible that it still happens tomorrow. When do you think we will get the new plate carrier system? That's going to be like later next year, unfortunately. I wish that it was in the game. I wish it was in the game years ago, to be honest, because it's such a significant part of combat and the game in general. But they said it's not going to be until like even potentially after patch 13, which would be after Streets, and I'm thinking we might get Streets around summer next year. So we'll see. How quick will the suppressor overheat? I have no idea. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. You get your Twitch stream working yet, or is it still having problems? I got it working. I got streaming in general working right now, but I'm not going to be going back to Twitch. I don't want to split the community. So if any of you guys are still over on Twitch, if I knew how to like stop people from subscribing, I would do it. I'm not gonna say I'll never go back to Twitch because something really stupid might happen with YouTube. Who knows with these big companies? And then I'll just go over to Twitch because I don't want to do it on YouTube anymore. But as of right now, it doesn't make any sense for me to try and split the followers and stuff like that. I'm just gonna stay on YouTube. Drink some water. Yeah, I'm going to. Here, we're gonna be finishing up here in a second. If no Rona, do you think we would have had Streets by now? Actually, that is a great point. Yes, I really do think that because they were doing a lot of work from home. They had a lot of problems getting people working from home over there. So that's a good point. And yeah, actually. I think we'd be pretty much past that. We'd have a lot more stuff too. 2020 was supposed to be like a huge year. Our 2021, pretty much what we've had in 2021 is like 3/4 of what they wanted to have done in 2020. And then also they wanted to do like a lot more events like conventions and stuff. Like 2020 was actually going to be a big year for BSG and Tarkov in general. And then boop, nothing. Watch can be seen working at 52. All right, I'll check that out. Murad, thank you. All right, guys. If you guys have the last couple questions, I'll try and grab what I can, and then otherwise we're out. We are out of here. Try to keep these to about an hour, and that's the hour mark right now. It is tomorrow because tomorrow is the worst possible day for me. that's a good. I'm seeing a lot of comments like that. That's a good one. Yeah. Thanks for all the content and info, bro. No problem. Thanks for the kind words. You heard or seen Dying Light 2? I've seen it, but with the stuff going on with Tarkov, I can't pay attention to anything else. There's actually been a lot of fucking badass cinematics that have and game announcements that have come out of the Game Awards. There was that Star Wars Eclipse game that looks fucking insane. I'm a big 40K fan, so Space Marines 2 is going to be cool, or Space Marine 2 is going to be cool. There was also they showed the trailer or teaser or whatever for the Halo series that's going to be on Paramount Plus or whatever that fuck that was. The actual live action Halo show that looked fucking awesome. A lot of really cool stuff that came from that. Armor repair kits for plate release. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Armor repair kits for that was the plan. Also, just extra plates that you can bring with you and swap out when you want. Is it like a full clown costume or just a face mask? I bought the full clown costume, and then the clown costume itself, like the actual suit, got back ordered into January, so I canceled it. And when it actually got back ordered, everything else said that it would arrive on the 13th or 14th or even later. So no clown suit, but I do have the wig and the nose and the face paint, so that's gonna have to make do. And honestly, what sucks about that too is I was gonna go out and buy a bunch more stuff. I was gonna make it nuts. Like I was gonna get a proper green screen and proper lighting and stuff to make, because I don't have. I mean, I do have some green screen stuff, but
how do you handle the pressure?
Fucking juice time.
Winter, thank you very much for the membership. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the support. So I have a green screen thing, but it's not really set up correctly. Right now I have a bunch of posters. Like I have this target behind me that one of my uncles was a bigwig in the Air Force. I won't talk. I don't know how much I want to say about this, but anyway. And I was able to, when I was like really young, we went out on base and we shot a bunch of machine guns. So I have a target here that I shot up when I was 8 years old with a M240 and an M249. So that's cool. And then I got a bunch of like Star Wars posters and a Funhouse poster and Division and Assassin's Creed stuff. Also, I got the fucking, I actually been moving a bunch of stuff around in case I did have to do it so that, I'd have cool stuff behind me. Like I got some, Assassin's Creed stuff. And I got, I have the, I actually have the, what's it called? The Sideshow, Grogu. I had the Sideshow Baby Yoda, like the super realistic one back here because it's fucking awesome. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of cool stuff behind me, but it's just I just don't do the webcam, so I don't know. A bunch of stuff here, I guess. Oh, also, I was gonna, like I was gonna say, is if I knew, like, if they did the event today and everything was on sale or whatever, I was gonna go and get like a proper lighting and green screen and probably like a little horn or something, and like really play it up. But I'm not gonna go buy all that shit if I don't know if it's happening tomorrow. So, whatever. We'll just see if it happens tomorrow. All right, and so for the very last time, guys, for the very last time, if everything was happening on schedule, if everything was happening how it usually happens for, if everything was happening how it usually happens for wipes, I would be making a video right now saying that there is not going to be a wipe tomorrow because the event does not make sense for there to be a wipe tomorrow. Usually they do an access event. I know that Scavs are running around with guns right now. Really cool guns and really cool equipment, but they're low durability, so you really wouldn't want to use them. Also, their ammo blows that's actually in the guns themselves, and then when you sell them, you have to sell them to traders for whatever they're selling them to, for whatever money you get, and it's not like you can go buy stuff on the flea market because people can't put stuff on the flea market, so you're not going to be able to get better stuff with that. And then also, if you don't have the traders maxed, then you're not going to get their good stuff either. So that's not an access thing. It's just an interesting event. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, and that's why if everything had been normal up until today, I would be making a video right now saying that no, there's not going to be a wipe tomorrow. But everything hasn't been normal. They've been changing a lot. In fact, there's been a few things that once I say it, the exact opposite has happened. Like almost like they're paying attention to me like that. Or they're trying to throw me off my game or whatever, which could be a thing because they might not like that people like me have the information that I have and stuff like that. So that could be a thing. And if you guys want some examples, it was literally the day after I said that there's no way they're going to be doing that on the 12th. They start the events to make it look like it's going to happen on the 12th. I said we haven't seen the Scar L yet, or at least anything significant for the Scar L yet, and then almost immediately we saw pictures of the Scar Ls. I said that they might not even do the Remove Flea Market event because that would have made more. It would have been 2 days ago if they wanted to do the flea market or remove flea market event, and then they removed the flea market. Like that was the actual timing. That shit happened over the past week. So again, if that was the same mojo that I was following, I would be making a video right now saying that there's no wipe tomorrow. Could still totally happen tomorrow. Could still totally happen tomorrow. Very, very weird. Very weird that they haven't said anything about it. They haven't confirmed it yet. We're less than 24 hours away. The only thing left is maybe they end up doing that economy event maybe like 6 hours before. Maybe they only do it a few hours before. That is all that's left in terms of. I just smacked the shit out of my hand. That is all that's left for the wipe to happen tomorrow. Is if they end up doing an event like that, they'll do it like 6 hours before, and then they're really bringing it down to the wire with this one. So again, if the wipe is happening tomorrow, we are going to see a tweet from them at like 2 or 4 a.m. Eastern U.S. time tomorrow saying that we're taking the servers down in the nearest time, in the usual normal broken English that they do with their tweets. In the nearest time, we're going to upload patch 12.12 or whatever. That is it. That is all that is left to happen if it is going to happen tomorrow. And whether it does happen or not tomorrow, you'll see me here on the channel for doing a live stream, and we're going to either be checking out Lighthouse in a clown face, clown face and wig and whatnot, or we're going to be talking about maybe, because since everybody was all amped up to see me in the clown face, maybe we can figure out something else that I can do. I don't know, but I don't want to do a face reveal, so we'll see what happens with that. Either way, guys, thank you very much for hanging out today. I'll see if I end up making a video today or not. I don't know if I want to yet or not. We'll see what ends up happening today. Because I think what I want to do is I want to wait to see if they end up doing some kind of reveal or release or something. And we'll see. Go to buying the makeup, sir. Dude, I already have it. I already have I'm literally looking at it. I got the wig and I got the nose. Actually, I have 2 noses because the nose came with the makeup as well and the makeup. I got it. It's just the suit got back ordered, so we're not going to have the suit. So we'll have to make do with what we got. So again, if they end up actually doing a full confirmation, expect me to blow that up all over the place. I'll put that all over the channel. I'll do a video. I'll put it on the Discord and stuff. Otherwise, thank you guys very much for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Actually, maybe earlier if the patch ends up going live earlier. Just pay attention. Just pay attention to socials and on the Discord and stuff like that.
Get to buying the makeup, sir.
Yeah, that was the thing I just mentioned. We got the makeup already. So, other than that, guys, I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.